Hey folks, welcome back to, if I'm tracking this right in my head, for those of you who watch these as they go up, this is the final video for this weekend's Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII uploads, and it might be, at long last, some much needed progress in the Steve Bloom quest. I might be able to message Lethal today and let him know, hey, I know you're not going to watch, because you've got a lot of other things going on, but I wanted you to know that we resolved Steve Bloom quest successfully. We'll find out as we talk to Armand about what's up next.
You mentioned you used to cover high-profile stories. I'm investigating a story for a friend.
A chocobo
friend. Do you know anything about a man named Ranulf?
Ranulf? Yes, I think I do.
Let me check my database, which is located in my glasses.
His daughter were brutally murdered over some business dispute. Happened quite a while ago. He lost.
It really is. Jihao Dun is the reporter investigating the murder of Spike Siegel's wife.
Everyone he loved in the blink of an eye.
One eye. The other eye can't blink. It was shot out by an arrow during a battle against Lu Bu's forces.
My boss put me in charge of that story.
I plucked the eye out and sorry.
That's lucky for us. Ranulf himself asked
Flesh
me
of my
to
mother,
look into
blood
the
of my
case
father.
so he
How
can
could I
know
leave
the
it
truth.
All right.
Do you think you can help?
No.
Actually, I think I might be able to do just that. I can hardly refuse any favors from you now, can I?
For me, not from me. Come
Except, I wonder
Grammar.
if you
I thought you were a
something
writer.
for me in exchange. Nothing too time-consuming.
Oh, for crying out
You
loud.
already owe me.
I want you to bring me
Just
2
so you
niblet
know,
hair
please, You're
balls.
helping all kinds of people, aren't you? Would you keep doing that, but when you're done, come tell me their stories.
I've got a whole bunch
Just
of
their
fucking
stories?
stories.
Are you sure that's all you
I wanted
want
to
from
tell you
me?
about the various people who
Yes,
were
I wanna
murdered
write
by the cult
something
of
that will
Etro.
inspire people and lift their
Tell you about some
spirits.
weirdo
What
who got
better
their
subject
soul
than
stuck
you?
in a cat body. Complete either quest and report back. Born from Chaos, Luxarian North-South Corridor, Warehouse District, or Fuzzy Search.
I've done what you asked.
Yeah, I think I'd complete at least one of those 2 quests.
That's great news for everyone.
I don't know how that
Readers.
text would have worked out if I didn't already do those quests, but I told him
I'm not
about
one to
some
preach
quest earlier.
morality, but doesn't that violate some sort of reporter ethics? Writing stories that you helped create?
Did he help to create
The
these
job of a
stories?
reporter is to follow the truth, and that's what I'm doing. But if we're being completely honest, the real reason I asked for that favor is.
So I didn't note mentally what quest he was talking about,
Watch you
but
in action.
What do you mean? Why me?
I've been watching you for
I
many
know who you
years.
are. You help people, and in doing so, you save their souls. That's the duty you've been assigned by.
That's the reason you were put upon this earth. The strong guy, the fat guy, the genius. You guys remember that? It was a bit on the Letterman show. Of course, the Letterman show ran for like 20 years, and it had bits that would last 2 weeks. So surely you remember the strong guy, the fat guy, the genius. That's the reason they were put up. The strong guy, the fat guy, the genius. They're traveling all around something, something. They break it. They eat it, they break it, they solve it. That's the reason they were put upon this earth. So the second line must have rhymed with earth. The strong guy, the fat guy, the genius. Something, something, something that rhymed with earth. They eat it, they break it, they solve it. That's the reason they were put upon this earth. And the reason I have a hard time remembering it is because the bit came up several times. It was one of those things that lasted a couple of weeks. They would do it twice a week on the Letterman show. There was like a month or two where they would do the strong guy, the fat guy, the genius. Dave would go up to people. He'd have them with him. He'd say, "You got something for the fat guy to eat. You got something for the strong guy to break. You got a question for the genius." That was the recurring bit. But I remember it was a pre-recorded bit they would do. Why am I telling you about this? It was a pre-recorded bit. He would go around, this fat guy, a strong guy, and a guy with glasses who was kind of smart, and they would intro it and outro it on the show in the studio, the actual Letterman show. And one time during the outro, he was like singing along with the music. So it was Dave Letterman go on, the strong guy, the fat guy, the genius, they're running all around this crazy town, which wasn't the words. But that got stuck in my head because he was really rocking out enjoying the strong guy, the fat guy, the genius theme music. Let's get back to this game.
Dares. You are the savior, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Jesus pretty much. That's why I'm teaching everyone to hate people who are different from them. Just like Jesus used to. I don't know why I got that in my head today.
Your secret will be safe with me. I won't tell anyone.
I probably read something on the news about something going on today with Christian nationalism, and it probably put me in exactly the right mood to be sharing my opinions on the internet.
By the way, I looked into Ranulf's past. I found something that might be helpful.
Oh, please help me solve this
Case
fucking
was cold
quest.
for a long time. but it turns out they did find a suspect in the end.
So, was he arrested?
I don't know if this is good news or not, but the person in question appears to have passed away.
They jumped off the giant clock tower.
Once the
The enormous
authorities saw the
clock.
death certificate, they stopped the investigation.
You're right. I don't know if that's good or bad news. So who was the person
It looks like
behind this?
his wife was murdered by someone named Sarah.
Criminal organization, specialized in petty crime. The order had been on his trail for a while, but he was a wily little rat. Managed to stay one step ahead. He went through aliases, but the one on the death certificate was Reddick.
Reddick? I met someone with the same name in the Warren.
Oh my
He said
god.
he'd
Am I
been
gonna have to go
hiding
back to
for
the
a long
Warren?
time.
It's the
Could it be the same man? Is it possible he's still alive? There was a death certificate and everything.
all sorts of shit.
He
Death
mentioned that he was
certificates.
dead in the eyes of the
For
law.
reals.
And he also knew where Bernal's journal was.
Okay.
Do you think he managed to fake his own death by forging the document to escape the order's scrutiny?
Yes.
I suppose that could be possible.
That is what happened. I don't remember this quest line. I don't even know if I did this quest when I played the game years ago. But yes, that is what happened. Yes, that is what is going on here, indeed. So I'm going to check real quick the Angels tiers. 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, it's probably worth just hanging around here till 4 p.m. and doing the next Angels tiers thing. But from there, the question in my mind is, okay, it's sometime between noon and 1 p.m. Do we want to walk? Because I'm going to need to spend a bunch of time finding those fucking Choco Burrell mushrooms. And then come back to Luxarian and do more time-sensitive stuff. Like most of the quests we have left to do, certainly the ones in the Wildlands, are not time-sensitive. I just need to find time to do them. But the Luxarian stuff that remains is all people who only appear at certain times of day. Or you have to go into the Warrens, which are only available at certain times of day. It is maddening.
If the case has been solved, we found our man. I'll go through the records again, in case we missed something.
It was Reddick, the man in the Warren with no name. Are you gonna tell Renolf about
Or
this?
should we talk to Reddick first?
If it really was Reddick, there's something I want to ask him first. Let's go to the Warren and see if he'll talk.
That's what I was afraid she was going to say. Alright, so we can't get into the Warren, because we gotta wait for midnight to get into the Warren. So we can't wrap this quest up today. But we've got 3 days left. It's fine. We just need to make sure we don't lose any time.
This is like a novel. The killer, presumed dead, may still be alive and in hiding.
Pretty sweet. And we got a cat making noise, which is why I thought the cat quest would be connected to this place. But it ain't. So now we just make our way back towards the entrance to this zone. And, rather the exit, like the train station is what I'm trying to say. Oh, Baird. I don't have anything for you, do I?
You been on a trip? Oh, I see
Now we get
you
his
decided to
version
make
of
the
why
right
these
choice.
weirdos created a homunculus.
The seeds you're collecting, they're no ordinary seeds. Some people like to call them the seeds of life. The brightly shining little suckers got some spark to them. I tell you, they're alive.
That's what I tell you.
Those little critters are the ones who were almost born into this. And, you know what? Never mind. Why am I telling you this anyway? A good seed hunter prioritizes.
Okay, so for some reason, some of them just go into this weird story, but there's 4 of them. It sounded like the story we've heard before makes it sound like there was 2 of these people.
Goddess's Knight of Legend.
Oh, that's right. I was doing different defaults to see what people have to say. So I was like, why am I not using this? It's my favorite costume. See what people say about Dangerous Blossom if we're wandering around in that goofy-ass suit.
These miscreants will be caught.
But I want to eat something.
Very well. Eat my
She was always by
shorts.
herself. I don't think anyone even realized she had family. Apparently, her mom Mitka is alive and well and devoting her days to God somewhere in Luxurian.
I'll never grow up, no matter how much I eat.
I don't want to grow up, no matter how much I eat.
Today, the city. We sighted few monsters on the. Once again, we must get.
Like, I think you can never get it down to 0 because of the Neonopticons and the Anubis enemies. So still don't have Forbidden Tome.
I'm so happy, Saz.
If we get Forbidden Tome, then we can,
Citizens, lend me your ear.
Eternal Despair. Sounds fun. I mean, it's a weird little town to spend eternity in, but it's not hellish and terrible, other than, like, you'd be surrounded by people constantly talking about this god. I would get old after a while. The Order of Salvation cap. Oh, that's right, because I was... At one point, I was buying every thing,
That's right.
to win that quest with Candace and what's-her-face? What's his face? What's their faces? This is... Just checking the general store in case by some weird twist,
Welcome to our hotel.
Oh. It's one of these hotels. You pay per room by the hour. As weird as it seems, when I've been trying desperately to save time, we're going to do it because we don't have time to get back to the Wildlands and do anything useful right now. So we're best off coming, doing this. It's 1:20. If I went to the Wildlands, it would probably get there at like 2:20. And then if I rode it back immediately, it would be like 3:20. Like, literally, the train trip there and back would eat up the time we need before we get 4 o'clock, which is when we can talk to this girl about this quest with the tears. Unfortunately, by the time we get back to the Wildlands, I don't know that we'll be able to do anything useful with Chocobarrels. I think we'll be at the time of day when it's Illuminous Mushrooms instead. So, despite my mania about not wasting time, we can regulate your next visit. We have cameras in the rooms, and they are hourly rooms after all. So despite my manic efforts not to waste any time, at this point, all we could do is sit around waiting for this girl to appear, Luca.
You really want to see the tears of an angel, don't you? Well then, let's see. The price for today is...
300 gil, fine.
I'm so sorry. I know this is getting old, but I don't think I can sell them to you after all.
Look, if you can't sell me any, why don't you just tell me in the first place?
What the fuck, bitch?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you insist on buying them when they're not what you're after in the first place?
You're obviously some kind of
I
weirdo
know
child
deep
molester
down,
because you
you
keep
really want
bothering
something
me.
else.
You're a mind reader too?
Don't be coy. It's just that I can read people sometimes.
I'm a mind reader, as you
I
said,
can sense what they're after.
and you want my
Look at
soul.
you,
That's literally what
blessed
she
with all
wants.
these hidden talents. All right, what is it that I'm really after?
My soul.
No need to be snide. What you're after is
Was she snide?
gone. Never to return. You lost something that was dear to you. An irreplaceable bond of some kind.
She is a charlatan.
Who the hell are you?
What the fuck? And she slaps her.
I'm just a kid that's always been a little bit more perceptive than others, that's
I
all.
can tell that you're lonely about a
some
little girl who
reason,
used to wear a hat
I
like
can
this.
sense what people want and how they're feeling.
So it's not as creepy as I thought, because it was like, I'm a little girl and you're not related to me and you keep following me around everywhere. And the little girl didn't jump to the creepy place I jumped to, so I guess that's good. It means she doesn't have a lot of like Aqualung type, you know, sneering weird guys following her around.
My tears are therapeutic for them.
I don't understand how it is that your tears can help people with their problems.
Are they like
Well, everyone's been alive for so long
unicorn
now, their
tears? Are they
hearts
going to keep
old
Lord
and worn.
Voldemort alive or something?
They don't know how to feel anymore. Their tears have all dried up. People have lived for so long with feelings of sorrow and despair that it's become a natural part of them now. They don't even notice it anymore.
That's fucked up,
They
kid.
can't cry because
It
they've forgotten.
looked
now.
okay. Yeah, it looked like the little guy with the
Do it
super
for
short
them.
tie just like ran in and like
When people
it looked
see
like he
my
was gonna give her a
tears,
happy slap,
it
just
helps
like
them
run up
remember how they used to feel.
and just like
I think people should be able to
spontaneously
laugh
hit her
when
in the
they're
back of the
happy
head like
and cry when they're sad.
little slugger style from
Angels' tears you sell mend
what was
people's
that
hearts.
anime called
I'll
Paranoia Agent or
admit, that's
something?
admirable.
I believe you can't smile a genuine smile without being able to cry genuine tears.
I like to just make up all
I just
sorts of
help you
random
remember
shit.
what it's like. But I can't heal you with my tears. That's why I don't cry for you. Sorry.
Don't cry for me, little
And
Luca.
what about you?
I was
Do you ever cry
supposed
for
to
yourself
be
to mend your own heart?
Huh?
Nope.
For me?
I don't really have a heart. I'm
No,
just some weird
I
charlatan who
haven't done
sells
that
tears.
in a long time.
Hi, I'm here to
At least
interfere
not
with
for centuries, I'm guessing.
I think so. Why do you ask?
Because it's a quest. I mean, I'm gonna get some kind of stat boost out of this at the end. Otherwise, I would have stopped listening to you a long time ago, kid.
Herself. Her tears have become nothing more than a tool for her trade, an item to sell.
How
No one
fucked up.
seems to notice that, like everyone else, her heart needs healing too.
That's deep. So the quest still isn't over? What the fuck? How many times do I have to visit this stupid ass kid? Oh, she feels the emotions they no longer feel, cries in their stead, and brings peace to their hearts. But who cries for Luca? Lightning must pay her another visit to find out. Oh, must she? So we gotta go to the Warren. I'm not even gonna go bother to try to talk to Steve Bloom. He may have dialogue right now, but we're supposed to come back later. So let's go to the Wildlands.
This is where you can purchase your tickets.
This is where you can purchase your tickets. Fuck you. I know it's not your fault that that quest is so shitty. Lucas' quest of goddamn super irritation. And now it looks like we could have gotten a little bit, like a very little bit of Chocobarel hunting time in. Because it would have been 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. We could have had, like, you know, the better part of an in-game hour, which is like 5 minutes, to wander around looking for mushrooms. Suboptimal. Well, it's still daytime. I don't know at exactly what time the... Maybe we have until like 7 o'clock or so. Where you at, Chocobo? Alright, Choki. Let's go find these goddamn mushrooms before the game decides that nighttime shit is going to appear. I'm not going to stop to pick any of the flowers. I believe we're done with them. Oh, wow. It's just possible I'll get the time saving powers here. But yeah, we just have like, I think it's just from 4 to 5 these guys will show up, so I don't know that we're going to get anything out of fighting a few of them. I don't know if we'll encounter enough of them for it to make a difference. But somewhere along here we just, I think we'll just come down this way and Jagged Woods and Jagged Village. Get us as many mushrooms as we can before it gets dark. Once it gets dark, I don't know, at some point we got to go visit the grumpy old guy who's in the research zone, because there's a quest to continue by talking to him, I believe.
I'll bring back lost time.
I'm surprised this thing is still alive.
Mix it up.
It would definitely, if I get some more heavy slash level 3, nice. If I get enough level 3s, at some point it would be worth trying to, heavy slash right now is at level 3. The question is, if I'm using it for one of the, I've got the things where I can use an item to steal haste or whatever. So for that, it makes a difference. If it's turning Heavy Slash into Artemis Arrow, I don't know if Heavy Slash being level 1, 2, or 3 makes a difference. But if I switch back eventually to getting the, like, haste stealing gear, it would definitely make a difference. This is not the way I want to go. Oh. I spotted a treasure chest over there. I know there's a treasure chest in those woods too. There's like a place that I couldn't jump to before. I never bothered to go back and find it, but fireworm bracelets. What are the odds we care about that? It's not the worst thing ever.
Village lies within the forest, just up ahead.
Okay, you actually are. That's what I say. Are you a merchant or not? You are a merchant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over there!
We can scatter them easily. What's your most? I'll bring back lost time.
Okay. Again, we just might get enough EP out of these guys to use chronostasis. After all, I would imagine you need 1 EP to cast it, but once you have 1 EP, it only takes 0.8 EP out of your, you know, supply of EP. Orange mushroom, the most valuable item in the game. Gimme. We need so many of these fucking mushrooms.
Keep up if you can. Don't even try. Life is a journey.
Life is a battlefield. Or am I thinking of love? I'm thinking of love. Death Herald. Okay. Well, we want all the time for these Chocobarels as possible, so earlier in the video, visiting an inn to get 3 hours to pass instantly. Now, scraping together chronostasis to try to maximize how much time we can spend at 5:15. Because we know that at 5:15, it's still Chocobarels rather than luminous mushrooms, which are worthless garbage to us, whereas Chocobarels are like God's own grace and love. Get to the Chocobarel. Do not delay.
My journey doesn't end here. The path of chaos is long.
And my Chocobo's butt is filling the screen. You're looking at the business end of a Chocobo there, folks. Another orange mushroom, I saw it. 2 orange mushrooms! It's incredible. You know, this is making me forget the mind-numbing pain that was missing that one iron bangle in Final Fantasy XIII without anything added to its name. It's just Final Fantasy XIII. Two of you guys. Perfect.
The light of your soul is mine.
I'm gonna steal your soul light. I'm gonna steal your soul light. Stole light, stole. to actually grind here. If they pop up in groups of 2 with any kind of consistency now, as soon as I say it. But this is certainly something that's not that exciting for you guys to watch. Like, I'm just trying to think if I could fire up a riff tracks and kind of grab Chocobarels for a while. The issue is getting 2 of them, a group of 2. It was like, oh, you know, that wood is exactly kind of what we need to. Groups of 2 of those guys would be exactly what I would need to actually be able to just maintain enough EP for chronostasis. But not quite to be.
The light of your soul is mine.
Well, that's got me up to 1. Could probably just keep grinding Chocobarels until it gets dark, and then like use chronostasis to extend it for a few more minutes, but I think that's what I will do. I'm gonna throw down a save here just in case things go really off kilter. But my thought process right now is that when we come back next time, which would be next week, really, what's going to be happening is you guys will probably have missed a few minutes of me grabbing as many Chocobarels as I could while trying to chronostasis as often as possible, maintaining a constant, like, reach one EP and then use chronostasis again to stretch daylight out as far as I can. And as soon as daylight is gone, I will have as many of those mushrooms as I have to do as many of these side quests and evolve those mushrooms as I can. Unless I'm misunderstanding, and that's entirely possible I am, none of the quests we have left to do are going to require specific times of day, except for we need to come back tomorrow and get the little girl with the tears, and I have to come back at midnight to, this is what, well, the next video will probably be us traveling back to, well, I'll still be in the Wildlands. I'll do some Wildlands stuff when it's dark, but not yet midnight, and then after midnight we'll go over the Warrens. It'll be super exciting. You're going to love every minute of it. It's going to be the best LP ever. Catch you guys next time.